Think twice before you go. Baby, this will be the end. Think twice before you go. Baby, this will be the end.
Earlier, I talked about the potential trades that the Knicks could but probably won't make for Carmelo Anthony before the trade deadline tomorrow. Now, I want to talk about the more likely thing, which is if they don't trade him tomorrow, what will he do when he becomes a free agent at the end of the season? Will he stay with the Knicks? A lot has been said on this topic. Melo himself has said that he will explore free agency at the end of the season, whatever that means. His wife has said she thinks he'll stay in New York. Chris Paul thinks he's going to stay. Walt Clyde Frazier thinks he's going to stay. Grant Hill thinks he'll leave. Lots of people think he's going to leave. Who really knows? Anthony addressed this again in an interview over All-Star Weekend. He said, "I don't want to be traded. I came to New York. I said before I wanted to retire here. I said it. I meant it. That's how I feel. I still feel strongly about that. That's why at the end of the season, everything has to be laid out, something that we can grow with and build on." This weekend, Melo even said that he would take a pay cut if it would help the Knicks acquire the new blood that they would need to take them to and through the finals. The trouble is, we can't trust Knicks owner Jim Dolan to do anything like that. We can't really trust him to do anything that's good for the team. And we know that. And Melo knows that. Now the cynic in me has to say, it would be really easy for Melo to maintain the hearts of the New Yorkers, still look like the good guy, even if he has no intention of staying because he can pretty much guarantee that the Knicks won't come through. But I'm not really that cynical. I think Melo is a New York boy. He grew up in Red Hook. This is a great city to live in, especially if you have the money to be able to afford to live here. I believe that he wants to stay, but he wants to win more, and he should. Elite players, the guys who break records, the guys who opponents' coaches spend hours watching tape of trying to find a weakness in, the guys who opponents are scared of, the guys who give the game their very last breath, who bleed on the court, the guys who change the game, those guys deserve to win the last game of the season. They deserve to be able to be victors. They deserve to be able to walk away from the game without feeling that they still have something to prove. They deserve to retire before their bodies get beaten and worn down, like they can no longer be the player that they once were, before they hear all the criticisms that they're too old and they have to ride the bench and get traded over and over and over again. Those guys don't deserve that. And for those guys, second best, third best, fourth best isn't good enough. And that is what makes them great. So no, I don't want Melo to leave New York, but I'm not going to hate on him if he does, because I want for him to win. So what do you think? Is he staying or is he going? And if he wants to stay, who do the Knicks need to bring in to give him the team that's good enough to get him that victory in the last game of the season? I really want to know, so let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is Sarah, throwing up threes from the 7 train.